In a world obsessed with perfection, where beauty is currency and time is the enemy, even the brightest stars can fall victim to the scalpel's seductive promise. Welcome to the dark side of Hollywood glam, where A-listers, icons, and rising stars reveal the regrets they wish they could undo. From botched nose jobs to near-deadly procedures, this is more than gossip. It's a wake-up call. In this video, we're counting down 12 actors from Hollywood and beyond who instantly regretted going under the knife. Their stories are raw, dramatic, and at times downright heartbreaking, but they're also incredibly human. Some lost their signature looks, others lost roles, health, or even their sense of self. But one thing they all gained: perspective, and a message for the rest of us. Now, let's dive in, and trust us, you'll never look at beauty the same way again. Number 12. Reid Ewing. Number 12 on our list is Modern Family actor Reid Ewing, who has been candid about his battle with body dysmorphic disorder and ill-fated plastic surgeries. As a young actor feeling insecure, Ewing underwent multiple procedures, including cheek and chin implants, all before age 21. The results left him far from happy. In retrospect, he instantly regretted these surgeries. Ewing has openly wished he could dissuade his younger self from going under the knife. "I wish I could talk to my younger self and tell him, don't go through with it. You really don't need it. You look fine," he reflected. His story is a sobering reminder that chasing an ideal image can backfire. Ewing eventually stopped altering his face and instead spoke up about the mental health aspect, warning others that surgery didn't solve his insecurities. It only created new problems. Now, moving on to our next case. Number 11. Koena Mitra. Number 11 is Bollywood actress Koena Mitra, whose attempt to enhance her looks became a nightmare. Mitra's rising career took a hit after a botched nose job left her nearly unrecognizable. The surgery, intended to refine her nose, instead caused bone swelling and distortion. In her own words, Koena later confessed the operation was a disastrous decision. The damage was so severe that doctors reportedly gave up and said only medicine and prayers could help. Mitra's face changed dramatically. Even smiling became difficult, and the public was unforgiving about her altered appearance. She recalls isolating herself at first, then bravely re-emerging despite the ridicule. Koena eventually had corrective surgeries, but her career never fully recovered. Her experience highlights the very real risks of cosmetic surgery gone wrong, and she has urged others to think twice, openly acknowledging her regret over that fateful procedure. Number 10. Delaney. Number 10 is actress Delaney, who learned that even a simple procedure can have lasting consequences. Back in 2003, the Desperate Housewives star tried Botox at her dermatologist's suggestion and immediately regretted it when things went awry. The doctor injected her forehead and hit a nerve, causing a large hematoma. Unbelievably, the nerve has been dead ever since, Delaney revealed. The mishap led to a droopy right eyelid that Dana notices to this day. She has described this experience as a nightmare. One tiny needle left a permanent mark on her face and confidence. Delaney was so put off that she vowed never to undergo cosmetic surgery after that. "Doctors are human. They make mistakes. But I never went back," she said, noting that the botched Botox was enough to end her flirtation with facial tweaks. Her case is informative, a reminder that rare complications do happen, and the price of vanity can sometimes be nerve damage. Delaney now embraces a more natural approach to aging, save for a little hair dye, and often warns fans that even non-surgical procedures carry risks. Her candid regret underscores the importance of caution and skilled practitioners if you do consider any cosmetic treatment. Number 9. Denise Richards. At number 9, we have actress Denise Richards, who has voiced regrets about a choice she made as a teenager. Long before her Wild Things fame, 19-year-old Denise decided to get breast implants, a decision she stupidly rushed into, influenced by a roommate's cosmetic success. Richards has since admitted that youthful insecurity drove her under the knife, and becoming a mom later put her decision in harsh perspective. At 19, when I first got my breasts done, I wish that I was confident enough with my body to not have had surgery, Denise wrote, reflecting on how she'd want her own daughters to love themselves without alterations. Not only did that first augmentation overshoot her desired size, leaving her with a larger chest than she asked for, but it also led to multiple corrective surgeries over the years. Richards says she regrets not doing her research and not waiting until she was older. She's been open about this instant regret, cautioning young women about making permanent body changes to chase Hollywood ideals. These days, Denise preaches self-acceptance. She encourages her girls and fans to embrace their healthy body and avoid the mistakes she made. It's an informative, almost motherly warning from someone who learned the hard way that bigger isn't always better. Number 8. Priscilla Presley. Number 8 is actress Priscilla Presley, who famously fell victim to a fraudulent cosmetic doctor in the mid-2000s. Presley, known for her timeless beauty in the Naked Gun films and as Elvis's former wife, sought a little refresh, but ended up with a horror story instead. An unlicensed practitioner, posing as a Beverly Hills specialist, injected Priscilla's face with what turned out to be industrial-grade silicone, not medical fillers. The results were disastrous. She developed hard lumps and abnormal tissue in her face and lips. Priscilla's elegant looks were distorted. It appeared as though her face was partially frozen and puffy in places, a far cry from what she intended. Her publicist eventually admitted Priscilla had been victimized by this scammer, Dr. Daniel Serrano, who was later jailed for his activities. Though Priscilla hasn't given many interviews about it, the regret is evident. She trusted the wrong person and paid a heavy price. She has since undergone corrective procedures to mitigate the damage, but the experience was a nightmare. Priscilla's cautionary tale reminds us that if something sounds too good or too secret to be true, it probably is. Do your homework and only trust reputable, board-certified professionals. Your face is not worth gambling on a sketchy quick fix. Number 7. Nicole Kidman. Kicking off our top 5 is Oscar-winning actress Nicole Kidman, who has been refreshingly honest about dabbling in cosmetic tweaks and then backing away. Kidman's alabaster complexion and elegant features have always been part of her trademark, so fans were relieved when she revealed she ditched Botox after a not-so-great trial run. "I did try Botox, unfortunately," Nicole admitted, recalling how in the early 2000s she experimented with the wrinkle-smoothing injections. "But I got out of it, and now I can finally move my face again," she quipped. That little joke carries a lot of truth. Kidman's famously expressive face had become a bit too frozen at one point, and she realized it wasn't for her. The instant regret set in when she noticed her forehead not moving and her smile not quite the same. For an actress who relies on subtle facial acting, that was a deal-breaker. Nicole has since sworn off Botox and other invasive procedures, opting instead for skincare and a healthy lifestyle to maintain her looks. She's even said that she hates the feeling of not being able to express herself. Hollywood pressures aside, she clearly doesn't regret ditching the Botox, only that she tried it in the first place. Number 6. Kenny Rogers. Number 6 is country music icon Kenny Rogers, who also dabbled in acting, the Gambler TV movies, and learned the hard way that the youthful look isn't always worth it. In the early 2000s, Rogers underwent a facelift and eyelid surgery that drastically altered his famous visage. The smooth, tight results left fans startled. The gambler didn't quite look like himself, and as Kenny got older, he came to see the surgery as a mistake. "I regret that," Rogers said plainly of his cosmetic eye lift. He explained in interviews that he was trying to hide the natural sagging and bagging of age, but in hindsight, wished he hadn't. The legend even recalled a playful ribbing from his friend Dolly Parton, who told him she was glad she'd lived long enough to see him grow into his facelift. Rogers joked that as he aged, the pulled-tight look did loosen up and appear more natural. Sadly, Kenny passed away in 2020, but not before candidly sharing this regret. His story offers a gentler yet instructive perspective. Even with money and top doctors, cosmetic surgery can leave you wishing you'd just let nature run its course. In Rogers' case, the gambler in him took a chance on a new face, and he ultimately wished he'd folded on that bet. Number 5. Cameron Diaz. At number 5 is Hollywood A-lister Cameron Diaz, known for her glowing smile and vivacious on-screen presence. In her 40s, Diaz briefly turned to a little bit of Botox, and her reaction was immediate and emphatic. "It changed my face in such a weird way that I was like, no, I don't want to be like that," Cameron told Entertainment Tonight, describing how unsettling she found the subtle change. For someone whose grin lights up a room, the idea of not recognizing her own expression was alarming. Diaz decided then and there that cosmetic injectables weren't for her. She has since embraced the laugh lines around her eyes as badges of a life filled with joy. "Guess what this means? I've smiled my whole life," she proudly said, pointing out the value of those lines. Number 4. Tara Reid. Number 4 is actress Tara Reid, whose mid-2000s cosmetic misadventures became tabloid fodder and a source of deep regret for her. Reid was a fresh-faced star in American Pie, but after some fame, she opted for plastic surgery in 2004 that went horribly wrong. She underwent breast augmentation and liposuction/body contouring, expecting a confidence boost. Instead, she awoke to uneven, deformed breasts and a ripply, bulgy stomach, as she later described. A humiliating wardrobe malfunction on a red carpet exposed her botched surgery to the world. A paparazzi photo showed the scarring and misshapen nipple from her implant surgery, which Tara recalled with horror. "I cried and begged the photographers not to print it, but it was everywhere. I was on websites as having the ugliest boobs in the world," she said, recounting the devastation. The same rogue surgeon had also damaged her abdomen, leaving her unable to properly tone her midsection. Reid's once-toned tummy now had a noticeable dent and raised scar tissue, making her so self-conscious she stopped wearing bikinis. The impact on Tara's career was immediate. Roles dried up as casting directors and the public fixated on her plastic surgery disaster rather than her talent. She eventually underwent corrective surgery with a different doctor and even did a stint on celebrity rehab for the emotional toll. All of it, she says, was a big mistake. Her story stands as one of the more dramatic cautionary tales in Hollywood. One moment of surgical overzealousness can echo for a lifetime in regret. Number 3. Priyanka Chopra. Number 3 is global superstar Priyanka Chopra, who faced a deeply personal and public reckoning with a cosmetic procedure early in her career. Long before conquering Bollywood and Hollywood, a young Priyanka had a health issue, a nasal polyp, that required surgery. The routine polypectomy inadvertently altered the shape of her nose, a change that was not well received in an industry obsessed with looks. Priyanka was devastated by the outcome. "This thing happens, and my face looks completely different, and I went into a deep, deep depression," she revealed. In her memoir, Unfinished, she recounted how, almost overnight, she saw offers dry up and felt her career was over before it started. Dubbed cruelly as Plastic Chopra by tabloids, Priyanka even considered quitting acting altogether. It wasn't vanity that drove her initial surgery, but the outcome forced her to get several corrective surgeries to somewhat restore her original look. She has since called that period a dark phase, one of the lowest points in her life. What makes Priyanka's story stand out is how she transformed her regret into resilience. Encouraged by her father, she mustered the courage to literally face the world again, signing films and explaining to directors why she looked different. Over time, her features settled and her talent shone through, allowing Chopra to reclaim her career trajectory. Still, the incident left a lasting impression. In interviews, Priyanka has urged fans to be cautious and to prioritize health and acceptance. She's candid that those initial surgeries shattered her self-esteem and that she wished she had kept the nose of her ancestors, as she told Vogue. That poignant quote captures her regret, a longing for her original face. Ultimately, Priyanka's journey from regret to triumph is dramatic and informative. It highlights how even medically necessary procedures can have unintended cosmetic consequences, and how public figures, especially women of color in her case, can face harsh scrutiny. Her openness about nearly losing herself and fighting to get back offers both a caution and an inspiration on our list. Number 2. Jaime Lee Curtis. Number 2 on our countdown is the ever-bold Jaime Lee Curtis, who has long been vocal about the lies and traps of the beauty industry, informed by her own youthful mistake. Curtis, now revered for aging naturally, confesses that in her 20s she succumbed to criticism and got plastic surgery, only to regret it immediately. The story goes that while filming Perfect, 1985, a cameraman commented that 25-year-old Jamie's eyes were too puffy on camera. Stung and self-conscious, she underwent a minor eye lift as soon as the movie wrapped. "That's just not what you want to do when you're 25. And I regretted it immediately," Jamie told 60 Minutes, emphasizing how instant and profound her remorse was. But her saga didn't end there. That one procedure unwittingly opened the door to a darker chapter. Jamie developed an addiction to the painkillers, Vicodin, prescribed post-surgery. "I tried plastic surgery and it didn't work. It got me addicted to Vicodin," she later revealed bluntly. Number 1. Jennifer Grey. And now, number 1, perhaps the most famously cautionary tale of plastic surgery in Hollywood, Jennifer Grey. Jennifer danced into America's heart in Dirty Dancing, 1987, as the lovable baby with her curly locks and distinctive nose. But post-stardom, feeling industry pressure, she decided to undergo a rhinoplasty to refine her nose. The result was technically a good nose by conventional standards, but it changed her face so much that it effectively erased the very uniqueness that made her famous. In Grey's own haunting words, "Overnight, I lose my identity and my career." After 2 nose jobs, the second to fix a minor irregularity from the first, Jennifer emerged looking like a different person. Even close friends didn't recognize her. The procedure that was supposed to help her fit in with Hollywood's ideals ended up costing her what she valued most, her one-of-a-kind look and the momentum of her career. Grey has described walking into a premiere after the surgery and barely anyone realizing she was the star of the film. Offers quickly dried up. She went from being America's sweetheart to virtually anonymous. It's often cited as the nose job that killed a career. Jennifer herself has likened the experience to committing an unforgivable crime, the crime of tampering with her natural beauty. She felt profound regret almost immediately. In interviews years later, she didn't mince words. If she could do it all over again, she wouldn't touch her face. The regret was not just professional, but deeply personal. These 12 stories span botched surgeries, career-altering decisions, and heartfelt admissions. They prove that whether you're a Hollywood superstar or an international icon, plastic surgery can be a high-stakes gamble. Some paid with physical scars, others with lost opportunities or personal turmoil. Each actor on this list regretted their procedure almost instantly, and they were brave enough to say so publicly, offering the rest of us a chance to learn from their experiences. Cosmetic enhancements may promise confidence or a fountain of youth, but as we've heard, the reality can be far from glamorous. Ultimately, true confidence might come from embracing who we are, laugh lines, quirks, and all. After all, in the words of Cameron Diaz, "I've smiled my whole life, and that's a look no surgery can replace." Thanks for watching.